Players only, taking you through a doubleheader. Milwaukee and the Cavs, we talked about this Central Division matchup. And the Pacers continue their road trip at the Rockets. Shows and games hosted by, presented by guys who live the NBA experience. And one of them is joining us right now from Quicken Loans, one of the great orators in our building. Greg Anthony is with me. Greg, I've always wanted to say this. What up, player?
What up, player? You know, Vincenzo, you hanging out right now, though. You got Tough Juice and Hollywood
We
in
do.
the house.
We do.
So you're in good company right now.
Oh, no question about it. I love my guys. Tell me a little bit about your role tonight, players only, and what we can expect from the broadcast, yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to have a lot of fun. Rip Hamilton, obviously Hall of Famer Kevin McHale, 3D is here with us as well. And, you know, just trying to give a perspective from our vantage point, you know, not so much trying to actually call the game or do the play-by-play. We're not going to be Marv or Kevin or anything like that, but we do want to kind of just tell more stories, give the fans an idea of what our mindset's like in certain situations out on the floor. And, you know, we've been having a lot of fun. Our pre-production meetings have been phenomenal. Great sit-downs today with Tyronn Lue and obviously Jason Kidd, two guys that have been in this game a long time as well. So we're just hoping to give a little bit different perspective and spin on how the game is played.
Yeah, Greg, it's always very exciting in Cleveland. LeBron is back in the lineup. Korver's going to give it a go, even though he's got that he banged up his leg, his knee. And now word that Darren Williams and maybe Andrew Bogut joining down the line. What has that meant in terms of the buzz there for this Cavalier team in moving forward to the finish line?
Well, you know, we remember LeBron said he needed an effing playmaker, so at the backup point guard position. So with Darren Williams, they're going to get that. But they're also going to get a guy, because of his size and IQ, that can play a few different positions, gives them some versatility in their lineup, and another guy that can consistently make the three-point shot. So that's going to be huge. Not final yet about Andrew Bogut. There's speculation that he's talking to other teams, but if that were to come to fruition, now you help alleviate some of the pressure on Tristan Thompson, having another big, another rim protector, and also another player who can play at the high post, which they don't really have. Remember, not going to have Kevin Love here for another month or so. So they're going to need to add another big body, and probably no better big body available than Andrew Bogut. So there's a lot of excitement about the possibilities of getting those two guys into the fold. This is kind of like their trade deadline acquisitions, if you will.
Hey, Greg, Caron Butler here. What do you think?
Tough Juice.
What's up, baby? What do you think the Bucks need to do for the second half of this season to make that playoff push?
You know, I think they obviously want to get there, but I think it's about, with a young team, and Caron, you've been there, and Rick knows this as well, it's about them getting better. I think worst case scenario, they've been able to at least establish that Giannis Antetokounmpo could become a true superstar in this league. Getting Chris Middleton back into the fold, who really was their best player prior to his injury. And then obviously they're not going to be able to have the services of Jabari Parker, and he basically could be done most of next season. So that creates a bit of a challenge for him, but it's all about just trying to get better. But listen, I talked with Jason Kidd before the game. Yeah, they want to be in the postseason, but it's more about getting better and about having a system and a process in play that when we look at this team 2-3 years from now, are we looking at them as possibly being a contender, much like we see with the Jazz emerging in that Western Conference? I think the Bucks have the potential to be that here in the East.
Greg, since we have you, I want to go around the Eastern Conference a little bit. Now the Cavs are still comfortably top there. Toronto Raptors, big news with Kyle Lowry going down to surgery. How does this affect those behind them, the Washington Wizards, the Celtics, and the Raptors?
Well, you know, and Rick, I don't know if you feel this way, but to me, it's everybody's battling for the 2 spot, you know, because ultimately, unless there are injuries, I don't see anybody really beating Cleveland 4 times. But all those teams have the opportunity to get to a conference final. And probably the best way to get there is to acquire that 2 seed. And so if you're Toronto, the moves they made, I think, are invaluable. P.J. Tucker and Serge Ibaka are really 2 guys that fit that identity of Dwayne Casey from a defensive standpoint. not having Kyle Lowry is going to be huge for them. But Corey Joseph has been more than serviceable, and I expect them to still be able to win consistently. Washington is a bit of a wild card. Their backcourt is good as any, arguably, in the league. Do they have enough depth? I'm not sure. Boston is kind of the team everyone expected to make another splash at the trade deadline. They stood pat, but I think some of their young guys can continue to emerge to kind of help out Isaiah Thomas. Right now, they look to be potentially that team to get that 2 spot, but I still feel like it's wide open, man, and there's a lot to be determined here in this Eastern Conference.
Well, Greg, we're looking forward to the game and the players out there, you and the rest of the guys. I know Deezy's out there, and who else is out there with you tonight at the Cube?
Deezy's at a party right now. I think he's getting ready.
That.
You know, Deezy's having a good time right now. He's ready to roll.
All right, we look forward to the call. Have a good time. I know you will.
All
Greg
right,
Anthony,
guys.
thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Greg.
Appreciate it.